Good morning, I'm Steve Barrett, Superintendent of Schools in Gahanna-Jefferson, and we're here with senior Nate Asamoah, and we're just going to talk to him about his plans after graduating on Saturday.
Yeah.
So Nate, tell us what your plans are after graduation.
So after graduation, I plan to major in jazz performance at the University of Illinois, Chicago. Hopefully, I'll complete my degree there, but also study and take prerequisite classes to apply for medical school and be an osteopathic pediatrician. So combine my love for music, but also my future end goal is to be a doctor and take care of kids.
Wow, that's really cool. So you'll be able to pursue your passion in music, but also your passion for medicine.
Yes, for sure.
That's really cool. So, in what grade did you start in Gahanna-Jefferson?
So I actually started in second grade. The first 2 years I went to Gahanna Christian, and then my parents felt like they wanted a public school experience and started in second grade. And I remember my first day of school, I came late and everybody was sitting around in Miss Kenninger's class, and I walked in, and one of my first impressions was everybody was so welcoming. They wanted me to sit with them.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, so
yeah. So what activities have you been involved with in Gahanna-Jefferson?
I've actually been involved in a lot. So freshman year, I joined the band, and I've been joined in the marching band, the jazz band, the concert band. So I've done all those bands. I've been involved in the choir program with a freshman boys choir, the a cappella choir, and the chorale. In theater, I've joined my sophomore year. I was involved in the musicals, Annie Gary Gunn. I was in The Heights last year, and this year Mamma Mia. But I've also been involved in the plays, and this year I joined Performance Studio, which is our senior elite theater group. And so those are the arts I've been involved in, and also I've been involved in our school's diaspora program, which is a multicultural event that's very inclusive and embraces Africans from the diaspora and talks about our heritage, our culture, our art and music. So I've also been involved in our Key Club, community service. I've been involved in our National Honor Society as the president. I've helped us organize community service events, helped us run fundraise, and those are a few of the things I've been involved with at the school.
Yeah, wow, that's very busy here.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It had a big impact on our school district and Lincoln High School. So what do you think has had the greatest impact on you? Of all the things you've done here, what do you think's been the greatest impact?
I think of all the things that I've done here, what's had the greatest impact has definitely been, the performing arts and how they've impacted me. And obviously they've taught me how to be a better player, a better musician, but they've taught me the essence of what it really means to be a family. And that's something that you don't always get no matter what school you go to. You don't always get that sense of family, that these are people that will not only be your friends in the programs that you're in, but they'll be your friends for life. And I've had friends that I've met that I wish I would have met like years ago. And just by being immersed in the program, they've taught me some things technically about how to act or how to sing or how to play, but they've taught me things about friendship and community and love. And the teachers are the same way. People like Mrs. Mace and Mr. Wagner in the theater program have really welcomed me in and really been like mothers and fathers to me, and really they put me in line, but they've also really nurtured me. Mrs. Shell, my jazz teacher, I sent her a Mother's Day text, because I've considered her a mother for the past 4 years that she's had me. She's really taken care of me and watched me grow, and that's definitely had an impact on me, because it's how I feel like every kid should be treated at a public high school. Every kid should have that experience that if you're not at home, your school should be treating you as if you were at home, because both are supposed to be raising you.
Wow, that's really cool. So when you think about the activities you've been involved in, and you use the word family, there are moments during Mamma Mia or in the Heights or in jazz band where I'm sure you guys were like, I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm not sure.
For sure.
There's some tense moments where you had to kind of pull together and support one another. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like every family has its ups and downs, and every family has, their disagreements, but the saying always says the blood is thicker than water. And so I think the most important thing is that we knew that at the end of the day, it's always going to come together. And we would always, maybe we'd have these little disagreements, and we met each other in the moment, but we would say, let's just cool down, take a breath, and tomorrow we'll come back stronger. And I think part of the thing that we realize is that we're part of a legacy, and we all, even though we have disagreements and have different perspectives of viewing things, we all understand that there were people after us, and there were people there are people that be after us and there'll be people before us. And so we have this, honor to, honor the people that have come before us, honor the integrity. That common goal kind of unites us together. We all want to do and have a great show. And so I think working together comes with its ups and downs, but it definitely has its advantages when we all are on the same mindset of we just want to give a great show. We want to impact the community in a way. And so that's definitely how we've approached conflicts. We have such a loving community that you feel like you can go to the teachers with anything. If anytime there's a disagreement, you definitely can go to Mr. Wagner, Mrs. Mays, Mr. Lehman, any one of the performing arts, Mrs. Seabrack. I mean, there's times where I've gone and just talked to him about what's personally been on my mind. Disagreements I've had with the other people, but he's always assured me that everything will be all right.
Yeah, that's great. So when you look at when you were a freshman, were there certain people in drama or in jazz or in band that you looked up to, that you wanted to kind of be like?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. So one of my best friends, Chase Wynn, he was heavily involved in all the things I'm involved in. I mean, the arts, the musical, all of that. And he definitely was someone that I looked up to. He was 1 grade older than me, and I wanted to be academic like he was. I wanted to get involved like it was. And there came a point where it was like, I was trying to chase Jace, but Jace told me that I needed to chase myself.
Yeah.
There was a point where I wanted to be like him, but he said, you can only be the best version of yourself. And I realized that. I said, there were definitely things I can do that he can't. But I feel like it was always great to have someone to look up to set the foundation, to help me, show me the ropes and tell me this is how you get involved. And he definitely led me to make some of the best friends and best memories. So that's definitely one person. Definitely in the music realm, and I had people like Gabe Dent, who he played in Columbus Youth Jazz Arts Group like I do, and he got me interested in showing me how to go in outside of school to get involved in the program, and taught me how it was cool to be in band, and taught me how it was cool to do all these things. Sometimes it's a stigma, but he was one of those kids I saw and I said I want to be like him. And so
that's cool. It's cool to have guides that go before you.
For sure.
So what do you think your greatest accomplishment here at Lincoln High School's been?
I think for my greatest accomplishment, I think it would definitely have been my impact of carrying my culture and my personal family to the school. So my parents came from Ghana, West Africa, and I felt one of my greatest legacies was being able to represent my culture in the diaspora program, and be able to, be the first, because my parents definitely went to high school in Ghana, being the first of my family to represent our name here. And so I think my legacy was when I performed in diaspora and I talked about the hardships that are faced by both Africans and Americans, and growing up in both different geological area versus different time area is something that I've had to explain. I have to explore myself. So I think that's definitely one of my greatest accomplishments while at the school. I think another one of my greatest accomplishments would definitely have to be getting the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, Jazz Night. It's something that I've been chasing since freshman year. I've always imagined that I want to get better, and I've never settled for being just where I'm at in jazz, and I've been so curious to learn new styles, new songs, new charts, and so getting that award at Jazz Night was definitely one of the peak moments, I think, of my career.
One of the coolest parts of that was how excited everybody in the jazz band was when you got that award. I was there that night. That was really cool. So, you have been here for 4 years, and we have students who will be entering as freshmen next year in the fall. And they came from middle schools with 500 or 600 kids.
Definitely. And
they're coming into a big high school. What advice would you give them?
I think the advice that I would give kids is, one, there are multiple paths to end up at the same goal. And I think coming in here, everybody has a path for exactly what they want to do, exactly where they want to go. And I want kids to know that it's okay to not really have an idea or a plan, and whatever you want to do, it will find you. Personally, I didn't think I would get involved in the theater, didn't think I would get involved in the chorale like that, but it found me. And your passions and your dreams, they're always going to find you. And I feel like you kind of have a destiny or a fate to end up where you're supposed to be. So that's one of my advice or tips is when you come into the school, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know, because you will meet people along the way. You'll meet teachers, you'll meet mentors who will guide you. One of my counselors, Mrs. Steele, I used to just go to him, talk to him, ask him, what should I do? What classes should I take? How should I have this goal I want to do at the end, but I don't know how to get there. And what he told me is that everybody's path is different. A lot of us will try to strive to be like our older siblings or try to be like our older classmates, but your path is different, and it's not where you're gonna expect it to be. And so that's one of the advices I have. And another piece of advice is just get involved. It's one of the easiest ways to make friends, because at the end of the day, we're kind of all in the same boat. If we don't really know what we're doing, so you might as well do it with other people.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Definitely that's one.
So is there anything else you'd like to tell us or would like folks to know about your experience here and how it might help you in the future?
I definitely think my time at Gahanna has been well spent, and I'm thankful and glad that I was able to get immersed in the culture here. The people that I met that have had an impact on my life have taught me really what it means to be a citizen, what it means to be a good person. And the people here are people I feel that I will always connect with, and I will always remember for the impact they've had on my life, and consequentially maybe the impact they'll have on my children's lives. The lessons I've learned here will definitely go forward in the future.
All right, cool. That's really great. So just real briefly, where are you going this summer? You got a scholarship? Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I got a chance to go to Berklee College of Music. It's one of the best music schools in America. They gave me a scholarship to go to their Aspire Summer Camp program. Well, I'll get to work with their top drum instructor and work on different styles like jazz, funk, rock, that hopefully get better and definitely meet a lot of awesome kids that I can also jam with and groove with.
That's great. Thanks so much, Nate. It was great talking with you.
Thank you, Mr. Barrett.
See you Saturday at graduation.
Definitely.